My Lords, it gives me profound humility and sincere gratitude that I rise to make my maiden speech in your Lordship's house. Never did I imagine a child born in Kashmir to parents of a humble farming background that I would stand here amongst you, not as an observer, but as an equal, entrusted with responsibilities to speak up for communities like the ones that raised me. I arrived in the United Kingdom in 1977 at the age of 4 with my mother Khatija B to join our family in Tinsley, Sheffield. A proud community, poor in material wealth, but rich in spirit. And the contrast could not have been greater. The clear, ice-cold streams of the valleys of Kashmir to the smoky steel mills of the lower Don Valley. Yet it was here that I learnt resilience, solidarity, and the values of opportunity. And my Lords, my journey here has not followed the traditional path that one might expect of a member of this House. My father, Mohammed Sadiq, grew up working small pieces of land with his siblings. They all lived in a simple, fragile house made of mud, straw, rock and wood. Life was harsh. Often, food would consist of a chapati and a onion, while they harvest the wheat by hand in the searing midday sun that was grueling. However, when opportunity arose to work in Britain's steel industry, he grasped it, bringing with him dreams for a better life for the generations to come. The steel mills of Sheffield gave my family hope, but the decline in the 1980s took much of that security away. And like many others, my father lost his job. And like many others, we relied upon the state for support. And I grew up receiving free school meals and free clothing from Sheffield City Council, who at the time were led by a very youthful leader. And I emphasise the word youthful because he was known as David Blunkett. I wonder what happened to him, my Lordships. Although I excelled at school, particularly in mathematics, family necessities meant that at the age of 16, I entered the world of work through the Youth Training Scheme, or YTS as it was known, earning £27.50 a week, working a 40-hour week, unloading lorries at the Sheffield Co-op Superstore in Hillsborough. It was a tough start, but not without its blessings, and I was supported by my manager, Mr. Brian Richardson, who gave me Wednesdays off, not to go and watch my beloved Sheffield Wednesday, but actually to attend Loxley College to do my A-levels. This small act of faith helped secure a place for me at Sheffield University to study business as a mature student. I was the first in my family to go to university. After graduating, I dedicated myself to youth work in the city of Sheffield, supporting young people like me who needed a second chance. That passion led me to be elected to Sheffield City Council in 2004 and followed by a spell at the European Parliament, where I championed young people, women's rights, human rights and international development. And I see my arrival as a mark of this House's enduring commitment to represent all walks of life, to recognise the importance of lived experiences alongside legal, academic and business expertise. My Lords, I also served as a lay magistrate in Sheffield, and I cannot resist sharing with your Lordships a moment for my very first day at the Sheffield bench. I arrived early, but I was mistakenly directed through the public entrance, and I spent anxious 10 minutes or so mingling unknowingly with defendants who were due to appear before me, before an eagle-eyed receptionist realised the error and swiftly had me escorted to the appropriate floor. I am pleased to report that no such confusion accompanied my first day here in this House. Thanks to the exceptional support from Black Rod and team, the clerks, the doorkeepers, the security staff, the police officers, the catering staff, the wonderful attendants in the library, my supporters, the noble friends Baroness Benjamin and Lord Alan O'Hallam. Turning to the important business before us today, the Children and Wellbeing Bill, Schools Bill, I wish to speak briefly on an issue on home education. My lords, during my time as a youth worker, I worked with many post-16 neets. These are young people not in employment, education or training. And I often encountered those who had been educated at home who had suffered disrupted schooling. Without structured support and oversight, these young people can easily slip through the net, falling far behind their peers and missing opportunities to enable them to thrive. This is why I welcome the provisions in this bill for local authorities to maintain contact with home educated children, not as a heavy-handed intrusion, but as a vital safeguard to ensure that no young person is left behind. Supporting young people is not merely a moral imperative, it's in our national investment. When we help young people realise their potentials, we strengthen the fabric of our societies for generations to come. My lords, I owe everything I have achieved to the resilience of my parents, the kindness of strangers who believed in me, and the opportunities afforded by this great country. It is now my privilege to give back, to serve your lordship's house with the same spirit of duty and hope that has brought me here.
Yeah. Well said. Thank you.